You know, you know, let me tell you this. This election isn't about us and them. It's about you and me and what we want our futures to look like. There are choices to be made when we cast our ballot. Now, there's a certain candidate that says if we just go to the polls this one time, that we'll never have to do it again. Well, you know what? You're looking at a registered independent who's proud to vote again and again and again because I'm an American and that's what Americans do. Voting is the best of America. And I have always, since I was eligible to vote, I've always voted my values. And that is what is needed in this election now more than ever. So I'm calling on all you independents and all you undecideds. You know this is true. You know I'm telling you the truth, that values and character matter most of all. In leadership and in life. And more than anything, you know this is true, that decency and respect are on the ballot in 2024. And just plain common sense. Common sense tells you that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz can give us decency and respect. They're the ones that give it to us. So, we are Americans. We are Americans. Let us choose loyalty to the Constitution over loyalty to any individual. Because that's the best of America. And let us choose optimism over cynicism, because that's the best of America. And let us choose inclusion over retribution. Let us choose common sense over nonsense. Because that's the best of America. And let us choose the sweet promise of tomorrow over the bitter return to yesterday. We won't go back. We won't be set back, pushed back, bullied back, kicked back. We're not going back. Not going back. We're not going back. So, let us choose. Let us choose truth. Let us choose honor. And let us choose joy. Because that's the best of America. But more than anything else, let us choose freedom. Why? Because that's the best of America. We're all Americans, and together, let's all choose Kamala Harris. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you,
Oprah Winfrey back in the city that made her famous. As I mentioned earlier, where she hosted the Oprah Winfrey Show for more than 20 years, millions of Americans bringing her into their living rooms, their kitchens every afternoon in this country. She proudly stood up there and said, I am a registered independent. And she said, I reach out to all the independents, the undecideds, a direct appeal to the swing voters in this country, saying values and character matter most of all. Lindsay, she said, common sense over nonsense.
And also an interesting point that she brought up very early on, the idea that the Republican Party is saying, that books are dangerous and assault rifles are safe. Again, making a lot of distinctions. You know, we heard her use her treble voice at the end with the joy, and that's such an interesting echo that we've heard from a number of the speakers tonight. Hakeem Jeffries used, of course, the scripture, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. We heard from Bill Clinton, take it from the man from hope. Kamala Harris is the woman from joy, the woman from joy. And so there is this concerted effort to compare and contrast this idea that morning is coming, that idea of hope and joy with Kamala Harris.
No question, John Carl. They're saying Kamala Harris will bring the joy, the morning in America.
I mean, like we talked about earlier, this is like a Ronald Reagan's play from, you know, patriotism, hope, optimism. By the way, fun fact here, when Donald Trump first talked about running for president in 1999, he was asked by Larry King, who would be your vice president?